What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of my channel. My name is Yangji, and today I will be talking to you guys about what I hated most while I was driving an Uber. Now, despite the topic that we're going to talk about today, about what I hate about driving for Uber, I do also want to note that I have drove for Uber for about 2 years, most of it full time, and it has been a very good way and flexible way for me to earn full-time income while I was working on another business. So, with that said, even though I do have a few things I hate driving Uber, I do still recommend Uber as a platform. So if you guys do plan to sign up driving for Uber, you guys can use my referral link below so you guys can get a bonus and don't miss out on that bonus. And if you guys are new to my channel, please subscribe to my channel as I will be providing you guys with new videos on how to become a better rideshare driver and make it as an entrepreneur on your own. Now let's begin. I have my top 3 things I really hate when I was driving Uber. So, number 1 would be waiting for rides. Now, when you're giving a ride, when you get those ride requests and you just go and go and go, that's when your fares come in and that's when you actually earn money. And I'm sure if you're an experienced driver, you know that. And when you don't have a ride in your car or when you're just out there waiting, you're not getting paid at all. Actually, it could be a very frustrating time if you're just sitting around waiting and you're just not making money for half an hour even, sometimes depending on where you're waiting at. I've had those time slots where I'm just sitting in my car and I'm just waiting for rides to come in. And this could be avoided if you drive at the right time slots, okay? So when I first started driving for Uber, I would go out at random times because I did not know what times are good to drive an Uber. So for example, when I was completely new to driving an Uber, I would wake up around noontime because when I first quit my job, I was so excited to just wake up as late as possible, and I would go out and drive around 2 o'clock, okay? That is not a really good time to drive because everyone's at work, no one's really getting off work, and it's just really off time for you to go out and drive at 2 in the afternoon. Same could be said if it's earlier, it's just in between these peak hours. That's what I would call them. So what you could do to actually reduce your waiting time would be to just drive during peak hours. So I have talked about this and in my other videos about when are good times to drive. If you guys want to see it, go and check that out. But I can drop a hint here. There's usually 3 peak hours or peak time slots throughout the day, and they are associated with people going to work, people getting out of work, and people getting out of late night work or just late night parties or whatever. So those are the better times to drive if you want to reduce waiting time, and you definitely do want to reduce waiting time because otherwise you're sitting there in your car and you're just doing nothing and it's unproductive. Or you could be driving around looking for a ride, which is even worse because now you're wasting gas and you're wasting time. Number 2, of course, I hate traffic. Everyone hates traffic, so it's just something that you would usually encounter on a day-to-day basis. Anyways, no matter how smart you are of a driver, you are going to encounter some traffic. Now, there is going to be some ways around getting around traffic. For example, my way was to always take a route that is going to take you on the freeway. For example, I live in Los Angeles and I live in Pasadena when I was driving for Uber, and I would always set my route and my destination going to LAX. So with that said, if you guys know the geography of Los Angeles, that would mean that it would take you through the 110 all the way to the 105, and if you get that airport ride or even a downtown ride, you're just going to go down to 110 and then the 105. And if you have Fast Track, which I recommend that you do get if you're an LA driver, you are just going to be on the freeway. I mean, there's no local driving, there's going to be a lot fewer traffic lights that you have to deal with, and there's just a lot less traffic. So that is my way around this. So what I would recommend if you want to get around traffic because you hate it so much is you set a destination and make this your routine, like I did with the airport as my routine when I was driving, and just plan your days accordingly and have as few variables as possible. That means you're gonna get a lot less off track and get to places a lot less often with traffic. So when I started doing this and just setting my destination to the airport every day, more often than not, I am almost always on the freeway, and I am on the Fast Track. So very little traffic, and you still get those mileage in, which is how you make your money mostly while driving for Uber. You really want to bank on the distance of the ride, not on the time. Number 3 would be human needs. And I am talking about particularly just having to use the restroom while you're driving for Uber. So it could be frustrating, and it's not something that everyone foresees as a problem when they start driving for Uber, because you just never really think about it. You never think about how often you gotta go and use the restroom because you had a lot of liquid. And it could be a real problem if you're out on the road for at least 3-4 hours or even more. So you really gotta find those spots that you can comfortably go and use the restroom. And having known that would be a great peace of mind for yourself. So how I usually deal with this is I know my certain, restaurants that just lets the public use the restrooms. Starbucks is one of them. Hotels are good. I'm not talking about the motels, but I'm talking about the hotels by the airport. You can actually just go in and use the restroom because it's kind of open to the public. So they're really not going to question you if you want to go use the restroom. It's just, it's completely normal, so you can feel completely comfortable about using the restrooms when you need to. And, you just got to find those spots. And this kind of goes along with, how to plan for avoiding traffic. If you have a specific route every day, you're going to know which spots along that route that you can actually go and take care of your human needs and, go to the restroom, sometimes, the restaurants, and just eat. So, just having that routine is going to make your life a lot better when you're driving an Uber. So you want as few variables as possible while you're out there. So, these are my 3 solutions for the things I hate while I was driving an Uber. Let me know what you guys think, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you guys are actually, if you guys actually have better plans on dealing with any of these 3. And if you guys have not yet already, please subscribe to my channel. You can use my referral link to get your sign-up bonus if you have not yet signed up for Uber. Thank you.